Hey, JoJo Williams here. Today I wanted to talk to you about self branding. There is a lot of talk in the entire internet industry of, us entrepreneurs, home based business owners, network marketers, coaches, everything. It's all out there and available to us. And we're taught to brand ourselves. And I think that we don't quite understand what that means in the beginning. You're told be yourself so that you can stand out. But what a lot of people do when they're self branding is they try to be something that they're not. Try to, stand out by changing who you are. The best way to stand out is by emphasizing who you are, by true self expression. And so the problem that a lot of people run into with that is they don't really know who they are, or if they do, they have a misconception of who that is and they don't like themselves. So they try to become somebody else, create this image of who they would like to be. And that's not always bad. Sometimes we can become who we want to be through that experience. However, at one point, you will become in alignment with who you truly are. And if you haven't been doing the self work, the self growth to grow yourself, and only been creating an image that isn't exactly who you are, you won't be putting out any true value to the world that is sustainable. There are some people in my life who really stand out. A good example would be Kimra Luna. If you don't follow her, I highly suggest you do. Kimra Luna is self expression. You look up self expression in the dictionary, boom, there's Kimra Luna. This girl is amazing. She was one of my top builders on my team in a previous company, and she was insane and crazy. I mean, whatever she goes to create, she creates. And she moved on from being on my team to go out and just create this entire new thing that she knew she was good at and knew she could do, and she did it. Not only did she do it, she became a seven-figure earner first year, just blew everybody's mind away, taught everybody a big lesson who tried to tell her that she couldn't do it. So that was really cool. So she's this cool little freaking punk rock chick who is full of power. She's 100 times the size of what you see her as, with this blue hair and tattoos and freaking rockin' attitude. She has a lot of emulators. People will emulate that. Here's the deal. Kimra Luna doesn't have blue hair because it makes her stand out. Kimra Luna doesn't have tattoos because it makes her stand out. Kimra Luna is an expression of her inner self. So I don't care what color you dye your hair. If that's not an expression of your inner self, it's not going to change your brand. Kimra Luna puts out value, content value that helps other people grow. I think of a lot of mentors in my life. Cedric Harris. Man, guy, always telling it like it is. Does he rub some people the wrong way? Absolutely. He does. He rubs some people the wrong way. But he's true to himself and who he is, and he's also really good at admitting when he's wrong. If you don't know that about him, you don't know the man. Okay, he's really good at self-evaluating, at growing, at being coachable. And if you listen to what he says, there's truth in it. And if it hurts your feelings, it's because you really need to hear it. Take me, for example. I'm kind of known as a spiritual gangster. Everybody may not agree with my views. I'm posting online that I do angel readings and I'm an intuitive coach. And this is all true. This is who I am, and I'm pushed to guided to be authentic with myself. I'm also in network marketing. I refuse to be a cookie cutter, not because I don't want to be like everybody else, because I'm not everybody else. I'm me. And so what I'm saying to you is, if you're working on branding yourself, know thyself. How can you brand what you don't know? And if what you're trying to brand is a version of somebody else, then you're doing it wrong. You need to know who you are. And here's the deal: self growth, understanding who you are, and putting out content and value that actually serves the audience that you wish to attract to you. Because if you're just putting out this, like, woo, animated version of you and here's what's going to happen: you may get a little popular on social media, you may create a following, but what are they actually gaining from following you? Eventually, at some point, if they're not gaining their own internal growth, if it's not about, value content, that if it's just following you because you're cool, they fall off. They fall off. Nobody's really growing or doing anything. You've got to be putting out true value. So decide, what exactly is my brand? What am I branding? Am I branding that I'm good on camera? Cool. So teach people to be good on camera. Am I teaching people how to grow in areas that I've personally grown in? Am I sharing my authentic, true story myself? These are good questions to ask yourself. And look at the other people in your industry who are where you want to be, and then duplicate what they're doing, but as you, not as them, as you. That's what branding yourself is all about. Being really, really true to you. And since I've just said be true, and I've mentioned Kimra Luna, you should check out her Be True Brand You course that is launching next month, and it's worth every penny. I would definitely advise that you get involved in that. So that's my little message about branding for the day. I love you all. Have a great day.